Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Majalis Talk. Our guest for tonight's edition is Dr. Najeeb Al-Zamil. Dr. Najeeb, welcome to the program.
How are you? How is everything?
Alhamdulillah, everything is good.
Great. You can call me Najeeb, by the way. You don't have to call me doctor.
You don't like
You haven't seen my certificate.
Have
you seen it?
But I know it. I've heard.
No, you didn't know it. You haven't been in my college. You haven't been in my graduation, if there is any there was any graduation, and you haven't seen anything materialistic tells you that this person in front of you is holding a PhD, which is a philosophy.
There are so many questions around you.
One of those questions that
you don't like praise.
They can't say whatever, but you are a man of truth. You are a man of a fact, right?
Yes.
So you can't say it without saying it. If I said to you, I'm a PhD holder, you have to say, okay, before I say it to you, I have to say it in my eyes, because I can't tell my viewers, I think something that I can't justify it later on.
So do you want me to call you Dr. Najeeb or Najeeb?
I'm your friend.
That's enough?
Yes. Najeeb, Uncle Najeeb if you want.
The columnist, Najeeb Al-Zamil?
Najeeb, only Najeeb Al-Zamil.
The author,
my
Najeeb
Al-Zamil.
The social media activist?
You can call me Najeeb, the son of Noura, or the son of Abdulrahman Al-Zamil.
That's great.
That's what I'm proud of.
We'll go for it.
And a friend of you.
You are a good friend of mine.
It's also me,
Tell me something more. Why do people love you, or why do the youth love you?
It's very, very strange.
What do you have in spectacular?
Very strange. If you believe in coincidence or mystical things.
Yes.
This morning I conducted a meeting. Look, I have this big, huge interest in anthropology.
Great.
Anthropology is, we can say, is the science of man, of us, in all of our aspects. And they were asking me, the lady, she was asking me about love. What is the secret of love? What is the magic of love? What is the recipe of love? As a matter of fact, is there love? And if there was love, is this sort of love still going on, still alive? And I told her, yes, everything in this life goes with love. Even the universe loves us. Even the moon loves the earth, and this is the gravity between them, the unseen gravity.
There is chemistry between
the moon and our planet Earth. Something unseen, we can see. This bond, we can unseeable bond, is a sort of love. We call it gravity, right?
Yes.
And this is when there's gravity between you and me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. If there were no gravity between the moon and sun, what will be happening? The moon will get lost in this vast universe, endlessly, right? But because we have this thing, the invisible thing, if you can say, or the unseeable thing, which is, but it is unseeable. And I will tell you something also. I told her, the things that you cannot see, that you don't see, are more important than those things that you see. We don't see air, right? Can we live without air?
No, we cannot.
So, but you can see it.
Yes.
So this is something like a law. It's more in theory to me. The unseeable things usually are more important than the seeable things.
The seen things. Oh.
And you can't see love. You can't see gravity.
It's available everywhere.
For me, I love you. I like you. I don't know about you, but I feel that there is a gravity.
Well, you told me
because
that when I first called you. You said, my love. I said, how come?
Yes. Have we seen it? And another thing, actually, and you can't explain, actually, not you can't explain it. I don't want people to go and explain the beautiful thing in this world. Because the beauty about it, the mystery, the mystical thing, we can say, the mystical.
Yes.
And this mystique that holds this beauty of this universe. The mystique. It's not the Sufism, or as we call in Arabic Sufiya, or in English Sufism, because this is related to religion. But I'm talking about mystical and mystique.
About science, yeah.
It's not even science, something behind science. Something behind science, yet it's not metaphysical.
Great.
So those things, I think, which bond this universe, those things which makes everything. You might ask me, okay, the lady, she asked you, and she said that, do you believe that the love is still existing? And you said, yes, very much. Because sometimes you love bad things. If you are a leader, for example,
yes,
and you won't do it anyhow. Okay, and launch a war, or the war.
Yeah,
Okay,
of course
to kill millions of people. Because why? Why you are doing this? Because you love.
The passion for
love. Yes, it's love.
Yeah.
Okay, passion. This is the mystical thing that we can't.
Yes.
It's love. Yes, it's bad love, but it's love. Some people they fall in love with bad people, and they imitate them and they copy them. Right?
It becomes more than love as an addiction. You know that?
You know, it's rather than addiction, because addiction is something that sometimes you want to resist and you can't. Love, no. Love, you want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Actually, you want to, not only to float and swim, even if you drown, you'd be like this sort of agony. Because most of people, you heard that, even for the traditional stories between a man and a woman, since the dawn of the history, right? When they talk about love, they talk about pain and cries. Not only in the poems of Arabs. Even if you go to the Scottish, by the way, they are very, very, very emotional people. We think they are people of mountains, and they are tough, and they are, and their beloved muse, muse in English. The beloved muse, always or mostly, is still. In Arab world, our poems goes for another muse, usually is Layla.
Yes, Layla, yes.
Right? And if you read about some
maybe Abla sometimes and Layla sometimes.
Poets,
yeah.
So from English or French poets.
Yes.
You found that they were in midst of agonies of love. Most of them were not success in their. One of them is Goethe, the greatest German philosopher. And even our poets like Qais.
Yes, Qais and Abla.
If Qais get married with Layla, we wouldn't be here any verse of an wisdom about love and passion, right?
Yes.
And adoration.
Great.
But the agony of it, that's what I told you, drowning. The agony of it. So I was telling this lady, love is the machine for this universe. Without love,
the generator, the moving thing, yeah.
Okay, it generates energy.
Yes.
Let's say this, the generator of energy of this world is love. A mystical love. Okay, it's a mystical
an endless love.
This is why I said mystical love, because you have to meditate. And when we see that there is love between sun and the whole solar system, though it's scientific, but it's mystical. Even Einstein, when he was telling about his relativity theory,
yes,
and discovering the fourth dimension of time, and saying to us as well that God doesn't play dice, it's all mystique.
Yes.
Right? By the mind and meditation.
Great.
This is the beauty about science. This is the beauty about love. Actually, the beauty about everything when it contains love. Now we go to human beings like this. Something we can't see. You feel in love sometime with a person from the first sight, right? And sometimes you live with somebody that you respect, that you like, right?
Yes.
All your time, all your life, but you can't love it. Why? You can't explain it. And this is the good thing. And this is the good thing. And what I'm telling everybody, do not explain it. Like this example that I'm always giving it. If you have a flower, okay, and you smell the flower, and this nice smell comes into your nose.
It's odor.
The odor, yeah. So telling it the smell because then some people maybe get little go for more curiosity and curiosity is the cat, by the way.
Yes.
And they want to discover from where, okay, from where this smell comes from.
The origin of this
the aroma.
Yeah, the aroma.
Yeah. This is the beauty, if you can say,
yes.
comes from. So they try to go and tear of the rose. Tear, and they end up with what? No flower, nor
no
aroma.
Aroma.
Don't
That's
go
great.
and discover.
That's
This
great.
is love.
We will go back.
I have love with people and youth and face, because youth are the beauty of this life. Because youth are the real generator of this life. Because youth are the locomotive for the whole thing happening. And if we stop this locomotive, the whole train will not. The remain of the wagon of the train will not go on. So everything will be stopped. And this is the problem, that we don't give the proper attention to our big engine, to the locomotive, because the locomotive will take the whole wagons to the future.
We will talk the wagons now back to the past, okay? And as I know that you were born as a premature baby.
Yeah.
Yes. And there was a story behind this.
That. Yes.
Tell us.
It's a funny story, actually. Yeah, being a premature, it's very obvious, right?
Yes.
I'm not that smart.
I
still premature, and maybe this is why people love to love me. If they do, I can't claim it. I can't claim it. Okay, but yes, I came to this world early.
Yes.
In my 8th month. So in a rush, my mom was taken to the Aramco hospital in Dhahran, where she delivered me. I was, as I said, premature, and then the nurse in the spot told Mama, my mother, and she was young that time. She's still young. She's young and beautiful. Okay, and the product is very obvious. You don't have to laugh. It's true. No, I'm not joking.
You're mashallah more than.
No, I didn't crack a joke, by the way. Okay. Now I'm embarrassed between this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyhow, sure, the nurse told her, your baby will not see this morning, the light of this morning. So Mama went to her bed. She cried. Early in the morning, she saw, and that was the July 4th. You know what is July 4th?
Yes, yes.
It is the Independence Day of the United States of America. Those days, the whole hospital was run and managed by Americans. Okay? Those days, 20 years ago.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
20, no more than.
20, okay.
I agree, maybe less.
Anyhow,
maybe
we
less,
will not argue about that, right? It's only a
It
number.
was 18 something.
Yeah, okay. Then, in the morning, when she woke up, she saw these balloons and flags and people cheering, and they're smiling, and they're distributing baked cakes and sweets to the patients. At the same time, the same nurse, she came to her, the Indian nurse, Fadila. We know
yes,
the
name. Remember?
Yes,
they told you.
Yes, well, of course, we were with Fadila, and she died last year in India. Yeah, she's a very nice nurse, one of the greatest actually. And she came to Mama again. She said, "Oh, I have good news for you. Your baby is going to live."
MashaAllah.
So Mama, my mother, Noura Sahimi, her name, she picked up the phone and called her mother. Her mother is a Kuwaitian from Kuwait, from state of Kuwait.
That's why you go to Kuwait every time you.
Yeah, even my uncles in Kuwait. You know, my family, from my mother's side and my dad's side, they immigrated, if we can put it, those days, because Al-Qasim area were a very poor and dry country. So they were merchants by nature. So some of them, they're brothers. One of them went to Bahrain, one of them went to Kuwait, and one of them in Eastern Province. And some of the families, they went as far as India and Palestine and Egypt. Yes, from
so Al-Zamil family just
no, I mean from other families, from other families, not necessarily Al-Zamil.
Yes.
Al-Bassam, for example, maybe they are known for that.
Great.
Anyhow, we go to the story. She picked her the phone, and she said, Mama is my grandmother, and her name is Hayr Wazzan. I said, Mama, I have good news for you. She said, my son is okay, and he's healthy, and he's going to live. And to the extent that the Americans, they're celebrating because of that.
Oh, great.
They're celebrating because they saw my son is getting well. So they made this big party.
Yes, especially for you.
Especially for her, or for me. She, of course, she didn't think at all those days about America or
there was celebration there.
Yeah, the celebration, and they think everybody was celebrating because of me. And this is why I wrote article and series as like episode. It could be a book, but because I am a little bit scared of having books, I stopped. And actually I stopped. Okay? Actually, and the book title is When the Americans Celebrated My Birthday.
Oh, so great. I hope we just see the...
Okay. My grandmother, who had also the sense of humor, and her sister as well, they were sitting and drinking their morning tea, and they said, and the other sister, her sister,
yes,
was asking her, what was the call of your daughter? She said, my daughter, she's naive. she thought the Americans are celebrating because her son is going to be well. It's getting well. No, they are celebrating because he is not well. And they want and they want to make her, of course, happy.
MashaAllah.
To change the mood.
That's so
this
great.
is the story of my
your birth.
I still have chronic diseases actually, which made my life even better and beautiful.
Alhamdulillah.
Because of that
life, life suffers makes a person,
no, actually, because I always go. I have this chronic, as I told you, syndrome.
Yes.
Especially in the hypertension, my blood pressure always go down. So I always go to the hospital. So the good thing happened. I don't want the youngest to hear that. Usually I don't go to school. I was in the hospitals, not to school, and that made me a little bit weirdy. I'm not people. They think that I'm a very social person. They have friends everywhere. No.
You are a social person.
See, this is
social by nature.
They think, yes,
by nature.
They think
by nature.
But actually, I like being in under roof and for walls.
Great.
With book.
With books.
So
I know that. This is our next question.
In hospitals, that my biggest blessing actually. My biggest blessing is being admitted in hospital every now and then. Why? Because in the hospital we have still, of course, many nationalities. So I gain little language from here and there.
The English language, you gain it
from I found something that people, when you went to know, mostly expats. Of course, in my time, mostly expats, 20 years ago, mostly expats. But from many nations, Canadians, Americans, Indians, Pakistanis, Europeans from other nations in Europe. So, like a small world under the in this building, what we call hospitals.
Yes.
So I knew a lot of things. I know other cultures. I know many information because usually people, when they feel that you want to learn, when you ask, they help naturally. Yes. If you ask now, if you take a Pakistani and tell him, my friend, tell me about Pakistan. Tell me how you live in Karachi. Why Islamabad is different than Karachi people. Why they are different. And this is another anthropology. He might tell you because we have many immigrants from India, and they came in Pakistan. Why they came in Pakistan? Why those Indians came to Pakistan? They were because of that great split when after the colonization of Britain, and they get their freedom. The Hindus and Muslims fought, so they were escaped. Those Hindus, the Hindus people, escaped from Pakistan back to where? India. And vice versa, the Muslims went back to, because of this bloodshed that had taken place in those days.
This is so great, Dr.
But
Najeeb.
you will be knowing, as I told the culture, I came to a little bit Urdu, like a little bit Persian as well. And this is where I like actually the great Persian poets. And another story.
Yes.
Another story.
We'll go for this story, but please let's go now for this report and then come back to you, dear viewers. So please stay tuned. Dr. Najeeb Al-Zamil is an all-round activist. In spite of his political career and huge business, his social activism is of great importance to him, which is why he describes himself as an Arab social baker. Driven by his passion on social responsibility, Mr. Al-Zamil founded the Back to the Roots Foundation, which serves and helps abandoned Saudi children abroad, and is a member of the board of King Khalid Foundation. As president of the Saudi Volunteer Society, Mr. Al-Zamil appreciates and is committed to promoting volunteer work and volunteerism.
This is one of the best events I ever attended in my whole 12 years life. Really. You are so beautiful, so happy, so jolly. I want to dance. Can I dance? No. It's haram. Now, I am only a storyteller. حكواتي فقط. And I will not come on conclusion. وأعطيكم result here. No, you think about the story that I'm going to tell you right now. طيب؟ مستعدين القصة؟ قولي والله.
Welcome back, dear viewers. We are still with Dr. Najeeb Al-Zamil. Dr. Najeeb, when you were also 9 or something, maybe younger, you were obsessed with reading. You read a lot. You have read for Ernest Hemingway, Bernard Shaw, and also Nietzsche, and hundreds of writers. How did this experience shape your life, the way you think, and even also your beliefs?
Okay. Well, this is also a story to be told. A story to be told.
Yes.
Why this story I have it's deserved to be told actually, because I remember I was 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
And the Aramco launched this competition of composition.
Yes.
Okay, in English, of course. And I wrote about safety. Anyhow, I won. To make it short, I won.
Great.
And then, those days, 20 years ago.
18 we did. It said 18.
Okay, 18 years ago.
Okay.
We are more precise. We used to have a library, a real small library in our compound in Aramco. And the librarian was an American from Lebanese roots. Then she talked with my mom, with my mother in that competition party when I won the prize. And she said, and mom told her that Najeeb is fond of books, he likes reading. And she told, okay, give him to me, let him come to me every afternoon, 3-4 hours. So I of course, I know that lady. She's a Christian Lebanese lady. And that lady, she taught me, actually, she put me in a road, like a horse, like a horse in a race, or a race horse.
Yes.
Okay. Her taste of writers, her taste of schools of intellectual, and literature.
She feeded you the knowledge.
Yeah, the way she, yes, she
read.
went to made from me another person like her, another person like herself. So, and that was good and bad. Good and bad. Good because in that early age, I read for great names.
MashaAllah.
Arthur Williams, Hemingway, the great, I love him. The late, great Isaac Asimov, Star Wars. He's the writer.
Yes,
He's the best writer of high sci. And then Ernest Hemingway, the great American simple writer. He writes in very slang American language, yet the beauty of building the story and the scenes are but that was fine. Arthur Williams, Tennessee Williams, those days.
So great.
Yes, and many poets, and Balzac. She used to like Balzac, the French great man. But when she took me to the philosophy, and she put me in big
umbrella, you mean something?
Big heads, of thoughts of great thinkers, either negative or positive. But they were for her positive. But I mean, I'm talking about myself and the impact on me.
Because they were still young.
I'm talking about as a young Muslim.
Yes.
as a young Saudi Muslim. So Jean-Paul Sartre, I came to know Jean-Paul Sartre, Simone de Beauvoir in early stage. And they had that theory that you know about.
Yes.
And then she looked to the great Bavarians, the German philosophy, Hegel, Kant, Schopenhauer, and those people that takes you to the jungle where you can't find your way back. You can't find your way back because you'll be sinking in the life of mere logic. Sometimes mere mathematical logic, and this is the style of the German. Because I used to it also for Aristotle and other great Greek philosopher and Arab as well.
Yes.
But those people you can dialogue with them. You can create a dialogue with them because they talk, as we say, about the way the common sense of a human being goes. But when somebody drop you in a jungle of science mixed with logic and philosophy and the superiority of mind, and this is the recipe of the philosophy of German, in that early age.
Yes, it's a big,
And I don't have any other defense. I don't have any other sources to balance me. I was really I got lost in that jungle.
And that's why the environment is fully
even,
of
yes, when I get in high school,
writers.
when I get high school, and I start, and I was now an avid reader for those people, and trying to understand them and believe them and believe in them. Though
Yes.
I didn't read too much, or I read too much about actually the communism, like Karl Marx and Engels, but they didn't affect me like Schopenhauer and Nietzsche.
Yes.
And when Nietzsche talks about the Superman,
Yes.
really I felt myself that yes, that Superman is me. I can, well, the theory of Superman, as you know, is the human
he
being.
embodied the personality.
The human being is created and invented everything in this universe. There's nothing but is our own creation, nothing more. There's nothing outside.
I have read something from
And this is why they call it the Superman. We call the human being Superman. And those Supermen who don't believe, and the regular people who believes in this nonsense, as they put it.
Yeah, we believe that. Yeah.
That of course drove me. I was young,
Yes.
not premature again,
Yes.
and nobody takes me to the right way. And when I read, I have to tell you something. My grandpa, he's also, he owns a shop, as all these people who comes from Qassimians.
Yes.
But my grandpa was also, he was a great reader, but a reader for classic religious Sharia, as we call school of thought. Yeah. Especially the
different perspective.
the Najdi scholars, ulama. And he used to inject information in my head.
Yeah, good.
And then he
on
would,
the other side,
he rewarded me with money and a cold Pepsi Cola. So yes, I know a lot about, I know a lot about the we can say the core of our typical way of thinking of Islamic scholars from Najd, from the roots of law of Islam, usul al-fiqh, and other things. But I couldn't find, I couldn't find that things which push me to the sea, to the ocean of meditation and pleasure, as those Westerners do.
Yes.
Because of the dry way of words they are putting in their yellow pages, unfortunately. Yet, maybe they have the good thing that kind of nourished my thoughts and give me this balance in my life.
Yes.
I suffered a lot. I suffered a lot because I was totally detached from my real reality.
course.
But God helped me with a very smart young man those days from Gaza. He's a Palestinian. And
Your
his name-
teacher.
my own teacher, my
Yeah.
Arab language teacher, my Arabic teacher. His name is Aziz.
Who kept directing
Izzat,
you.
we call him
Okay.
Izzat.
Yes.
Yeah, he liked me. I'm from. He liked me because he found that and this is
You have that
when you
talent,
have
you
this
have that
skills of
talent, you
linguistic,
know.
sometimes this is a gift from Allah
Yes.
because it's an art. I am also a painter. It's from Allah,
MashaAllah.
and also the musicians and etc. etc.
Mhm.
So because we both have this passion, as you put it, for our language, Arabic language, we created a sort of beautiful friendship out of the class. Out of the class, relationship you can call it. And then he's a very religious and a deep believer.
Very
And that
strict.
time I was in that jungle.
Mhm.
And I lost my way, and I didn't know how to go back to my castle of faith.
And you said that when I left prayer, that was before or after?
No, I didn't live to prayers
Mhm.
materialistically. I go to mosque.
You wrote,
because-
I think,
yeah,
an article.
but this
Still working.
by the way, I don't believe in. I believe in that you may be suspect. I believe
You have questions to ask.
as Descartes put it.
Yeah.
But being atheist or atheism,
Yeah.
I don't believe that. You can't
Even
be,
also,
you
I
can't
don't
be
think that
atheist,
will happen.
because
in
if
any
you
way.
believe in atheism, you are a believer.
Yes.
So every one of us has an ought to believe. This is a destiny. We destined to believe. But how to recourse or course or channel or rechannel
Yes.
this sort of belief, this is something
You know,
else.
God always says, you know, in the Quran, أَفَلَا يَتَفَكَّرُونَ,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, أَفَلَا يَعْقِلُونَ.
But they didn't
Those
teach us
people who
that.
think
They
and
didn't teach us
meditate
that.
in
They
life.
didn't teach it. They are only preaching. This is the problem I'm telling even our scholars. Give them the lesson. Okay, give them the lesson, and then go and tell them, go and think about the lesson, and come to us back and explain.
Right.
But no, we just preach, and sometimes we believe, sometimes we act that we believe. We pretend that we
Yes.
believe. That's what's happening. That's what we are going to face. And the enjoyment. When you read for those philosophers, you enjoy. You enjoy. They have this way to attract you. Again, gravity, attraction, right?
Yes. Right.
Love.
Mhm.
They have this ability to make you love what they do, what they write. Even sometimes we don't like it, but you go all the way until the last page.
That's
It's a
right.
page turner sort of books.
Mhm. Let's go to another direction. You met Fatima or Fatima in Philippines.
Yeah, let me tell you, but
which was a young-
I went back to my faith.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I went back to my faith because of this pressure of the way, because we are friends with
Mm.
my teacher, Izzat, and when my doctor told me in America,
Mhm.
because of my chronic diseases,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he said, you have only 9 months to live.
Mhm.
Then, of course, the spirituality
Shocking-
comes, and you
shocking
have to
news.
believe something beyond and more powerful than medicine, right, or than doctors. And there's only the Almighty. So I pray. And that was the greatest prayer ever.
The longest, maybe.
And yes, the greatest. And then I sent to Izzat.
Your
I
teacher.
told him I start to pray, and I am the happiest man ever. Though I'll be a dead man within 9 months from now. And then he said, don't worry. If you die now or tomorrow or after 19 years, but Allah
You have faith.
takes you back to
Allah.
His heaven,
Yes.
to His kingdom.
Yeah. Allah will be happy when
Yeah.
you get back to Him.
That's what I wanted to learn.
That's great. Now you met Fatima or Fatima in Philippines. She was, a very young girl. I think she was, 10 or something or 11. She was very beautiful. And then when you ask her about her name or her origin, that you felt that she is Saudi. She told you that you've been shocked. when you knew that she is Saudi?
Yeah, I will tell you the
Now,
story.
what was the story of
The story
Fatima
is goes like this. One of my most and saddest, very sad story in my life. It's a very sad story, and sometimes when I just recall it, I feel my tears well from my eyes. We were sitting with a friend of mine who lives a Saudi, who lives in the Philippines. He's working there in the Philippines, and usually we have our a special coffee shop where all Saudis come, to talk and mingle and this thing. When a young girl, she's a kid,
Yes.
maybe 11 to 12 years old, and she came to us with a towel and a bag, and then she came to me and she said, "Do you want a massage?" I said, "What? A massage?" And when I looked at her face,
In Philippine accent or
in Manila. No, it was in broken English.
It's in English.
In English. Broken English, yes. They have this language actually. Their language is Tagalog.
Tagalog, yeah.
Yes.
Tagalog.
But they have also something they call it Tagalish, where you mix Tagalog with English, and you
Yeah,
can't understand.
Tagalish.
I can't understand. Yeah, I can't. I can't. And when I see a Filipino, I'm keep telling them, "Walang pera, walang asawa, kawawa," and they start to respond. It's a joke. Everybody joke for it.
Yes.
It means ما عندي فلوس, I don't have money, أنا مسكين, I am a kawawa, I am a poor guy. Anyhow, so when I looked at her face, the Fatima, I found that her face is different than the rest of the Filipinos.
Yes.
Of course, Filipinos they have their own beauty. We have our own beauty.
Yes.
Right. All the creatures of God are beautiful, but they didn't have the characters of a Filipino. So I asked her. First of all, I asked her, "Okay, what's your name?" She said, "My name is Fatima." Okay, in Manila, in Philippines, many Muslims, especially in Mindanao.
Is it normal to be called Fatima there?
No, I didn't. It's not a strange thing because many Muslims in the Philippines, especially in Mindanao, and now in Manila, it's the capital city. There are many Muslims. They have big neighborhoods all over the capital city. And actually, there's something, if you study the anthropology of cities, the whole industry of money exchange is totally monopolized by Muslims. No Christian can dare and open an exchange shop in Manila, but Muslims. Awesome. Why? Another story, but this is the anthropology.
That's awesome, yes.
When you go for anthropology of cities. And this is the beauty about the science of anthropology. Then I asked Fatima. I said Fatima is a common name actually between Muslims in the Philippines. But the features, she's very, as you said, she was very beautiful. She has this mixture blood of Filipinos and either, I said to myself that time, because either Spanish or Arab or because Spaniards used to occupy the Philippines for more than 400 years before the Americans. So many of them, especially in the south, in Muslims, most of Muslims, their features are it's different than those people in the north, because of the Spaniards were in Mindanao. Okay. Then I asked her. She was little and beautiful and very thin. Then I asked her, Fatima, if I will go with you for a massage, or do you have a place for that? She said, yes, I'll go with you in your room in the hotel. So just imagine a young girl, and she goes with those tourists in their rooms, and some of them are not angels. Some of them are not angels. Actually, it's very dangerous.
Yes.
Very dangerous in many ways. Okay. So I asked Fatima, do you have a mommy or papa? She said, no, I don't have a father, but my mother told me that my papa is Saudi. Then I told her, where is he now? She said, I have never seen him. I never seen my dad, because he went back to Saudi to bring some document, as he told my mom, but he fails to come back. He never comes back.
He didn't come back to...
He never comes back. So I told her, can you take us? I went with my friend, as I told you, this man who resides in Manila. Okay, so I asked her, can you take me to your mama? Can I see your mama? She said, okay, yes. And I'll give you money. I will give you money for the massage, but take me. I want to take the massage, but take me to your mama.
Yes.
And she did. And she did. We went with my friend and this tiny, beautiful little girl to a very, very, very poor neighborhood, slums. They call it slums. You can't, and the smell is terrible, the flower smell. This is why smell is a bigger. And they were almost, most of them, they didn't know what shame is, by the way, especially in these areas.
Getting used to poverty.
They didn't know. They are good people, but they didn't know what shame is. So you find that people, men and women, are either naked or almost naked, taking showers in the river or cleaning their things, their clothes. A scene that you can never forget. But you feel really, the word that I can use, I don't want to use it, the word is disgusting. The big surprise is the mother.
Yes.
Whose name her name was Maryam. When we get into the house, it's not a house, it's just, as I told you, it's a cartoon sort of thing that you can just live under its roof. That's all. That's all. Very, very simple.
Oh my God.
So I got the same shock, even more, because also the woman, the mother, is young. She's in her early 30s only, and extra beautiful, and the features of real Arab, like if she's coming from Saudi Arabia or Kuwait or. Then I told her, "You look like an Arab young lady." She said, "Yes, because my Baba, is or was a Saudi."
Oh my God.
Even the grandfather,
Yeah, so amazing.
is a Saudi. Not only the father. Look at the agony. Look at. So I said, "Okay, where is your Baba?" He said, he came from Saudi Arabia and he was with my mother in the same house for 12 years, and then when I was 12, he disappeared.
Disappeared.
He never came back. And he, of course, no money, nothing, and she worked anyhow, and in a very bad places, that we don't even to imagine, where humans are less than cheap. Why? Because they used to be, and still, homeless, and they had no father to take care of them, and they needed anything to live. So they were willing to sell anything that they can sell, or they could. Then I asked this Maryam, the mother, where's the daddy? Where's the daddy of Fatima? He said he went back to Saudi many years back. But he said to us, not to worry, because all the documents to prove that the fatherhood of Fatima is there in a cartoon here. So I'm not worried, but I didn't have time nor money to go to the embassy
to finish the procedures.
To show them Then we opened the cartoons, and what do you find? Old newspapers, Riyadh and Al Jazeera, very old newspapers. And he told her, the document of my daughter, if something happened to me and I failed to come back, don't worry. This document, the ticket to the embassy and do it. To this extent. Anyhow, that time we helped them. We helped them because we had, and still they're like the Saudi communities, and they are very nice and they're very cooperative, and the embassy. So we helped them. We took them to a better place. Went back to Saudi Arabia. Okay, I get busy for 2 years, and without going back to the Philippines. Yes. After 2 years, I went back. because we have this business, continuous business in the Philippines. And now I have the most important business, which is the Back to the Association.
Yes.
And then I asked, and Fatima and her mother, you know,
It's in your mind, yeah.
engraved in my
Mind, yeah.
memory.
Memory, yes.
So I asked my friend, I told him, by the way, where is our daughter Fatima and her mom? And yeah, well, he said, Fatima? You didn't know? I said, no, I didn't know. He said, died.
Oh my God.
Yeah, died of AIDS.
HIV.
The HIV.
Oh my God.
I said, okay, what about her mom? He said, and then he said, died. I said, what?
Both of them died.
Both of them, and from the same disease.
It's a catastrophe.
Maybe, if they used my tears that I shed those days, it can be enough for drinking for the Gulf areas for many years. I cried.
Yeah, it is very sad
But
news.
then I promised myself that I will not, as much as I can, and I will let this be happening again. I don't want to see another Fatima again. So we established the Back to the Roots.
Back to the Roots.
And
the Back to the
many
Roots
families
Association.
come to us, many people come to us. And and by the way, and they were Saudis, registered in the hospitals. And the marriage is Islamic because we have what they call it, Ummah. They call it Ummah office, Maktab al-Ummah, Maktab
Yes.
Ummah. Islamic club where all Muslims, they go and do the rituals from circumcision to marriage. And Saudis, they get married, the civil marriage, they call it the civil marriage, and then they to make it Islamic way or Shari'i, legitimate, they go to this Ummah Maktab.
Yes.
Then, after this, they go to the Saudi embassy and authenticate it.
Yes.
But now they're Saudis, and the father is. But what happened when we came back to the fathers and showed them the documents, even with the embassy? I remember Rabbi Aziz al-Raqabi, our consul there, he worked hard. I worked with him. I have seen many good people in my life, but as this gentleman, I haven't.
You deserve to be praised, really.
This,
Thank you so much
I wrote
for
about
that.
him, and I call him, by the way, the Superman, because the girls and the boys, they used to call him the Superman.
MashaAllah.
Why they call him the Superman? Because they were the only one who helped them and sheltered them single-handedly. Before I came
So
to
you
know,
associated
before I came to
Back
know
to the
about
Roots,
it.
and then you
Yes,
you
then I
still
initiated.
support
Yeah.
and finance this.
What
this,
happened? No, let me tell you something. This is the important thing.
Yes.
The important thing is we went with the whole documents. The fathers, the biological fathers, they rejected it and they denied it. They denied. And according to our laws of Islam here, they say, and they told me, our ulama told me, scholars, they said, if the father doesn't say in words that this one is my boy or my daughter, it can be considered his. And that was a escapage for them. What we did then, we thought of this Back to the Roots, because what is the problem? What's the problem? Unlike other Saudis, you might ask me, okay, we have Saudis like this in Morocco, in Syria, in Egypt, and many, even in Indonesia, a lot.
In Yemen also
Aziz
we have.
al-Raqabi,
Yes.
he was transferred to Indonesia, okay, as a consul there. And then he called me, he said, we have thousands here, much more folds of the Philippines.
In Indonesia. In
Yes,
Indonesia.
in Indonesia, unfortunately. But I told him no. I will concentrate in the Philippines. Why? Because they are fewer. I can
control.
I can manage.
You can
I can
control,
manage. Okay. No, control is very important. I cannot really control 100%, but I can manage somehow, somewhat. And they lose the most invaluable two elements: the language and the religion.
Lost.
All of them, because the mother is Christian usually,
Yes.
or Christian came to, pretending sometimes that she embraced Islam, but she didn't. or under the pressure of her family because she wanted to go back when the husband, you know, ran away. So of course they will tell her, if you are Muslim, we don't want you to come back to our place. She goes back to her religion, Christianity, and the kid goes and raised as Christian, and he forgets his language, the Arabic language. So the religion and the language. In Indonesia, at least maybe they lost the language, but not the religion, because it's an Islamic country. In Morocco, they don't lose neither the language nor the language, nor the religion.
Yes.
So, and we have Awasrs, another association, official association. They can handle them. But those people, I felt it like my own.
In an article by Dhafar Sbai, I guess, he said that get Najeeb out of the Shura Council. Yeah. Why did he say that? And
Dhafar Sbai, who is a very successful international lawyer nowadays. Those days he was a student in London, London University, and he was one of my readers. Actually, one of my good readers.
Yes,
and also following in Iqtisadi newspaper. Yes, and he always, he always comment regularly on my articles. And then we created this sort of friendship. I created a friendship with my readers, because in those days we didn't have the newest social like Twitter and Facebook, but we have the internet.
Yes.
So, and the
forums and some.
Yeah. So they go to the website of Al-Sadi,
yes,
and they put their answers, their comments.
Yes.
So and this is the basic actually thing to create what we have now in Bahrain, and they call it Najeeb's gang. We have many youngsters now.
Yes.
Yes. We usually before it was weekly, then by 2 weeks.
Keep commuting to Bahrain. Just
yeah.
to
Now
meet
we are
your
too much.
fans
We are too much, but because of Shura, because I get busy and these things, and this is one of my things why Dhafar wants me to get out of Shura.
Yes.
So Dhafar said, why Najeeb Al-Zamil with Shura? Najeeb Al-Zamil, we need him every day with us, with his readers, with youth, with his social works. He's not the style who can sit 8 hours a week,
yes,
as he put it, almost idle. But and that from the day number 1 he wrote that.
Yes.
And of course it was hugely circulated those days. I forgot. So yes, in 2009 maybe.
Yes.
And then people started to talk about it. Always they talk about this article. And he became to be famous as well. Everybody knew him because of this article. Of course, and even our officials there used to ask me why he's writing this. Is he against you, or with you?
It looks he's against you, but what's behind is that he's very close to you.
Yeah. He said
he just wants to
enjoy
Najeeb, the
what he said was
public
true.
person.
What he said was true, actually. And the Shura, it was one of the greatest experiments in my life, really. I have to admit that. I have to confess.
Yes.
This is the confession. Okay. I met the great people, and most of them now are my very close friends, and they taught me a lot. And it is, and I don't feel regret or sorry that I've been in Shura for 4 years. Actually, I love every moment of it. But when people interviewed me like you, I used to say, hey people, I am not the Shura is great, yes, and of course under this big dome, the greatest mind of the nation.
Yes. And
this is something everybody dreams to, the cream of the nation.
But your character and your personality is a little bit different.
I know.
You are a very funny person.
I don't attend. I don't attend because I'm today in Medina, tomorrow in Mecca, day after tomorrow in Kuwait, in Qatar, in Oman, because of this social, as you said, social activity with youth, and youth are my passion. And this is why they love me, and I love them, because we have this unseen bridge between my heart and their hearts.
Yes.
The bond that you can see.
You are very close to them, yes.
This is what we call the gravity between. So, and I was saying it, I don't fit for Al-Shura, because I don't go there. And instead, you have to bring another gentleman, one of those great minds
Experience,
who can
guys.
dedicate himself and dedicate his time to read, because we have big issues, right? And this big issue deals with the core need of the nation. But you can't have this accomplished with a person like me, who is so much busy somewhere else.
Yes.
So Dhafar was right, and I'm sure I was right. But as I told you, I don't regret it. I came to know what is the fact of Al-Shura. I met one of the greatest people.
Yes. Well, Dever, that was our wonderful discussion with Najeeb Al-Zamil. And I just want to ask him a final question, if he wants to add something as this wonderful discussion with you.
Yeah, I want to thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, because you were criticizing me that I had nothing, as you said, in English, ever.
Yes.
And you searched the internet and you couldn't find. Well, of course, we have money in Bahrain, but maybe we didn't publish it. So, and you gave me that chance, so I thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Najeeb. Dear viewer, thank you for watching us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
سبيلي أدعو إلى الله على بصيرة